Guys, welcome back to Between the Ropes TV. Before we get into the video today, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. The fight is here. It has finally been announced. Kell Brook will take on Amir Khan, and the location will be Manchester, and the date will be the 19th of February 2022. The location doesn't surprise me at all, really, when you look at obviously Sheffield being from where Kell Brook is from, and also you've got Amir Khan with his Bolton background, originally where he's from as well. So the location makes sense to me. I think, they're going to have to draw in the fans from somewhere, and I think, maybe a bit more of an up north location is where the fans will be wanting to come and see this fight. Me personally, I've got to be honest, I think it's 5 years too late. Khan, now 39 years of age, hasn't been active since I think his last fight was July 2019, and of course he picked up the victory in his last fight, but before that was the defeat to Terence Crawford. Likewise, also Kell Brook, his last fight was Crawford, and he also lost that fight as well. But I mean, when you look at this from a perspective that Kell Brook is 35 years old compared to Khan's 39 years of age, you've also got to look at the fact that Kell Brook was last active in 2020. It was actually November 2020. You can already see, for me personally, a big difference coming in between these two fighters. I mean, Khan really hasn't been properly active for a long time now. And although Kell Brook, it's still going to be quite a bit of time since he would have last been in the ring before he gets into the ring again. There's something about this that just feels like a last payday for me. It really doesn't feel that like it's a genuine fight that really, is for the fans. It's a fight that should have happened, in my opinion, 5 years ago. I really do. Going into the actual fight itself, obviously we know it's going to be in Manchester. I'm sure it will be a sellout, and hopefully it won't be too heavily priced for two fighters that, in my opinion, are way past the best now. And of course, Khan especially. I mean, both of them have announced their retirements, but it's been a considerable amount of time since we last saw Amir Khan in the ring and really at the top level. But despite that, I still think it's going to be an interesting fight. I really do. I think there'll be elements of it which, will get fans excited. And of course, two British fighters going at it, even if they are past their best, I'm sure will bring in the crowd. I mean, but let me know your thoughts on that, guys. Are you looking forward to this fight? Also, let me know whether, you feel that it's just going to be a bit, is this for the money, or is there some genuine for the fans appeal about this? And it's an interesting one, isn't it? You do have to kind of look at who was going to win this one. I think when you compare the two fighters and what they'll be bringing to the table, I do think that Kell Brook's going to have the age on his side. I think he will be able to, go more rounds than Amir Khan, although that hasn't been announced yet, has it? We don't know at the moment whether this is going to be a properly regulated fight. Are we going to see a 10-round or a 12-round bout? Or is this going to be a bit more not stage, but a bit more edged towards, the entertainment factor, of course, which is becoming much more of a thing for especially the older fighters or these YouTube boxers. It'll be interesting to see whether it's going to be a 10-round bout, a 12-round bout, I should say, or are we going to see one of these shorter fights where the idea is no fighter really gets hurt, but at the end of the day, get a nice payday while fleecing fans? Me personally, I'd definitely like to see a proper 12-round fight. And if that does happen, I do think Kell Brook has a real advantage on his side, especially with the age. When you actually look at the resumes, obviously Brook has lost, I believe it's 3 times. Yes, and it's been every time that he's gone to step up, hasn't it? It get Crawford, Golovkin, and then Errol Spence Jr. as well. Every time that he's kind of looked to take it to those elite levels, he kind of has lost. But he's got some good names on his resume. We know that he's got a really great record, and he'll have a lot of fans backing him from Sheffield as well. I'm sure that will be turning out for him. Amir Khan, kind of a similar story, isn't it, really? 5 losses to his record, obviously losing to Canelo, Danny Garcia and Crawford, 3 of the big names that are the losses on his resume. They kind of share that similarity for me. I think they were huge at huge at a certain level, but when they came against those real elite fighters, in my opinion, it was where they found that level a little bit too much. But when you look at the likes of Crawford, Spencer, and I mean, look, Canelo's Canelo, isn't he? That's no shame on them. Unfortunately, they just couldn't make that step up. But yeah, for me at the moment, I've got to say that I'm fancying Kell Brook to pick up the victory early on. It'll be interesting to see how serious the fighters take this as well. But guys, let us know in the comments, who do you think will win this one? Are you excited for the bout? And also make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like button. It helps us out massively. And we are really nearly at 150 subscribers now. So if you could help us, get us that extra push, it'd be much appreciated. Thank you. And we shall see you on the next video, which I believe will be out tonight as well. So watch out for that. Goodbye.